Well, I guess I didn't set everything up. Let me get my camera going. Welcome. I can continue to talk. Hello, and that's the wrong camera. Hello and welcome. There we are. To HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets. Whoa, you're listening to me live too. Where do I have that? The beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches, and I'm going to try not to echo in my own ear. Let's just do that. That's the quickest way. All right, hello and welcome. I, Tom Durante, the maestro. My maestro sign is elsewhere right now, but anyway, we're glad to see each other, aren't we? I Tom Durante the Maestro, a crypto enthusiast who jumped into this wild world back in 2020 with just a GPU mining rig and a passion, a burning passion for passive income. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Cardano, and now Midnight. But I also like chasing profits with other coins, although there's been not much profit to chase at this point. With my music in the background and my background music, I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect videos with market updates, simple technical analysis to read the charts, wallet guides to keep your coins safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and it is still ongoing, practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be a few years ahead of you on your journey, or I may not, but I am no expert, just passionate, so as always, do your own research, and this is not financial advice. So, make sure, a couple of things before we get started. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe, poke the notification bell, and share this video with literally everyone that you know. That will help us grow for sure. And that's it. Let's get into the harmony of hodling together. What do you think? A little bit dark, huh? Does that help? A little bit. You're not here to look at me. Look at all the chat. Look at all the lovely people. Ooh, I should switch that to the other side because I got stuff you gotta see over here. So maybe I'm just gonna scooch. I think the next time I go live, I will be messing around with a new setup, a new background, a new computer, new monitor, new all kinds of stuff. We are celebrating. I don't know why I'm looking into the microphone. You and I are celebrating 1 year of HODL Harmony. Are you excited? I wish I had some exciting sounds to play, but I do not. Hop in the Discord and we'll play with all the sounds and stuff in there. But 1 year of HODL Harmony. This is crazy. Are you excited? Some of you have been here. Hashtag your idea. Music is clutch. Let's see if I can pop this chat out. Pop out chat. There we go. All right, I can see myself. I should be able to see the chats as they come in now. What's up, Dragon's Den? How we doing? We're back, baby. We're back. This is 2 weeks in a row. So that's what I have to say about that. I do have another light. I'm just trying some new lighting. How's this? Is this good lighting? Does that look great? I mean, the market is pretty bad right now. Anyway, what do we got? Messing with my lighting. All right, we just need a little extra. Nah, maybe not. You let me know. I'm messing. Is Mr. Butters here? Yo! We got everybody here. Sissy, Chrissy, Super, and Candies. Who is everybody? Introduce yourself. If I should know you, just remind me. Say hello. How we doing? So I've got something new and exciting. Number one, like I said, it is our 1 year anniversary. So this is it's incredibly exciting. And a shout out to Butters, to Chris, to Roman, to Dragon's Den. All of you have been here since the beginning. We have lost some friends. I don't think like that, but I'm just saying we've lost some friends. They are not here with us anymore. Shout out to Fussy. Where have you been? When are you coming back? I miss you. Okay, I've made some new Australian friends, but nobody will ever fill the place in my heart that has been left by Fussy. And I know you all know what I mean. Oh, it's Rose. Hello, Rose. How are we doing? All right, so shout out to everyone who's been here. It was literally a surprise. I can't even believe it. It's been a year already. It's incredible. So we celebrated Durante's House of Music year back in February, anniversary. And so now we're celebrating our anniversary here. And it's been a steady ride. Like, it was super exciting. Fussy, what was it? Fussy Deck was his name. Fussy Deck. Yeah, man. That was wild times. It was wild times. And you've been here all along. You know the story. It's all up on YouTube still. I don't think any of those got taken down because of the references that were made. But yeah, it's just been wild. It's been wild and crazy. And thank you sincerely for being here the entire time, doing what you can do, just being a part of the team, being a part of the community, because that's the most important thing to me, is just building community, bringing people together. All right, so what do I have here? So let's see. Happy 1 year anniversary, HODL Harmony. 1 full year of weekly updates, market insights, and community building. What was I just saying? Quite literally. Congratulations. Here's to many more. That's for damn sure. Years of smart HODLing, of learning and navigating this wild space together. Thank you for trusting me to help keep your audience informed. You, the audience, informed. Let me know if you want any tweaks, deeper dives on specific stories, Q&A, or anything like that, things that you're missing from the stream that you think would be cool. I need more engagement. I need you, if you have a question, if you see something in a video, just post a comment. This live chat is super exciting. Don't feel bad for not being around, okay? You've had your own stuff. I've had my own stuff. I've been less consistent, but now we're all together. We're getting better. I truly believe that the end of this year is going to be so much better than it started. So hang on to something. Hold on to your butts, because it's going to be a wild ride. So let's see. HODL Harmony turns 1 year old today. I think this was an X post I was trying to do. From weekly market roundups and mining updates to guessing the top 50 projects and surviving the wild swings of 2025 to 2026, we covered it all together. You're right, Ramon. Hashtag no excuses. Thank you for riding the wave with us through $100,000 Bitcoin. Do you remember that? We're getting back there, friends. Brutal dips, ETF drama, and everything in between. And I do mean everything. Here's to another year of real talk, no hype, and smart HODLing. That's you guys. Drop a fire if you've been here since day one, and you know who you are. I just shouted you out. And welcome if you're new. All right, so I've got a whole team working for me now. It's insane. They're AI bots, but I mean, it's insane what I'm able to get done now. So I've got a whole script here, follows the whole thing that we've been doing. My layout that I've had. We got the top 10 crypto news stories, and I've added a little bit of context to these stories now, so I know what they're about, even if I haven't read them all. Yeah, wicked dip, 126K was wild. I thought for sure it was just like, okay, we're just gonna quick dip and then we'll be back up, but it's all right. I honestly still believe this, and I put this out on X in a comment just the other day. I honestly still believe, and I'll show you when we get looking at the charts, but I honestly still believe this is an extended bull run, okay? I am a firm believer that the 4-year cycles are done, are dead. It was not a lot of data to build a model off of. So it's just, it's happened 2-3 other times. Okay, you need a little bit more data to make that work. Can we just go up so we can have our third 100K party? Yes. We'll get there. I know we will. So let's get into some news here. Let's see. Happy 1 year anniversary, HODL Harmony fam. Exactly 1 year ago today, we launched this show. Exactly 1 year ago. I was standing right over there, recording, learning how to do all of this stuff. And that's the biggest thing, especially Chris, people like you who are starting off in YouTube. And, you're just like throwing stuff at the wall, hoping to see what sticks. It's just about consistency. You have to look at it at 3 years commitment at least. So over the course of those 3 years, you're learning how to become a production manager. You're learning how to become a video editor and a camera cinematographer, right? You're shooting things, you're learning, you're upgrading your equipment, you're doing what you can do. So it's a long-term commitment. So just stay at it if you want to do it, and it will work out. So we've covered the bull runs, the shakeout narratives, and nonstop volatility together. So let's roll with the top 10 crypto news stories. But I think since we have such a vibrant chat going on today. We got a good one here. We have Guess the Crypto Project from the top 50. So, clue number 1 in the crypto guessing game. Trivia. Originally launched in 2014 with a focus on cheap and fast transfers. Originally launched in 2014 with a focus on cheap and fast transfers. Okay, that's your clue number 1. So let's get into the news. Let me remind you to stay hydrated and don't drop the top of your water bottle. All right, number 1 in the news here for this week. Kelp DAO. It's a decentralized autonomous organization, something like that. Exploit. So the Kelp DAO exploit became a major security story after reports of roughly $292 million drained across multiple chains. This is one of the largest DeFi security events of the year, and a reminder that bridge/wrapped assets risk can spread quickly across the ecosystems. Why am I not seeing? Oh my goodness. I'm not seeing a lot of this stuff. Let me open this. Couldn't see the whole message on my script, so let me... Okay, what do we got? Alright, let's... Trying to make it so I can see everything and still see the chats. Yeah, we're going to talk about Cardano, don't you worry. There we go, now I can read it. Nice and big. 37's coming for me this week. 37. I'll be 37 on Friday, and I noticed I'm squinting a lot more. Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses here? Let's see. How do I get these suckers on here? 37. 37's coming, folks. Hope you're ready for it. I hope I'm ready for it. Here we go. Okay. They're not actually glasses, but it makes me feel better. Maybe this is the reason I'm squinting. So this is the largest DeFi security event of the year, and a reminder that bridge or wrapped asset risk can spread quickly across ecosystems. Okay, number 2. BTC traded in a wide high volatility band this week, touching the upper 70s, like 75, 78, I think, before cooling back to the mid 70s. The market showed strong upside demand, but fast reversals suggest traders are still reacting heavily to macro headlines. Number 3, XRP outperformed major peers on the week with strong relative momentum versus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. XRP strength indicates rotation into selective large caps rather than a uniform everything up rally. And that's what we've seen in the last couple of years, or in the last year anyway, 2025. It was like Bitcoin only and nothing else. Number 4, Rave token surge drew exchange scrutiny after an extraordinary multi-1,000% move in manipulation concerns. So when an asset moves this far, this fast, liquidity, quality, and potential market structure risk become the central question. So we'll have to check that out. I know I've seen Rave coin. I'm not really into it. I have no idea what it's about, but I guess it had some volatility going. Number 5, stablecoin infrastructure adoption expanded, with Stripe-related blockchain and stablecoin positioning drawing attention. Payment rails are becoming a core crypto growth story, especially where stablecoins can reduce settlement friction. Number 6, energy and mining narrative stays hot, including coverage of industrial energy players targeting crypto demand. Mining economics are increasingly tied to power market strategy, not just Bitcoin price alone. Number 7, wrapped XRP on Solana went live. Oh, that's exciting, I guess, if you're into either of those. Reinforcing cross-ecosystem liquidity and composability trends. The cross-chain wrappers can unlock new DeFi use, but they also add custody and bridge dependencies and contract risk. All right, a couple more here. The Hormuz-related geopolitical headlines continue to impact the risk appetite, spilling into crypto intraday volatility. Crypto still trades as a high beta macro asset during geopolitical stress, even with long-term adoption trends intact. So we can't really escape that. It is what it is until it decouples, whenever that may happen. Number 9, Strategy MSTR ecosystem remains active with updates around dividend structure and BTC sensitive equity reactions. Public market BTC proxy vehicles continue to influence sentiment and can amplify directional moves. And number 10, AI and crypto narrative intensify. From venture allocation pressure to identity and deepfake defense upgrades, capital and attention are coming between AI and crypto, but overlap use cases, identity, payments, automation are all growing. And this is something that Midnight has to do with a lot. So let's see, crazy wrapped XRP. Not surprised though, if you know what's coming for it with gold, they're being coupled eventually. Yep, XRP. I do hold some. I've been waiting for those altcoins that I bought to do what they're supposed to do so I can rotate them out. I just haven't had a chance to. Coin ever. CC coin ever? No, I haven't. All right, so it's time for another clue. Let's see what we got. So clue number 1. This top 50 project was originally launched in 2014 with a focus on cheap, fast transfers. Ooh. Some of these are just not great. This week it ranked among the top large cap gainers. So this coin was originally launched in 2014, focused on cheap, fast transfers, and this week it ranked among the top large cap gainers. So let's get into our large cap gainers. Interesting. All right. So it's going to be one of these. There you go. You should be able to guess it by now. You have 2 clues, and it's about to be revealed to you. You'll have a 20% chance to get it right. All right. Market snapshot. This was last night. So this is last night I ran this, so it's not up right now. It took a dump since then, so just keep that in mind. This is like more important for the weekly, so I'm going to read through this. So last night, this is as of April 19th, this was like early this morning when I did it. So Bitcoin, when I did this, was at 75,000. We're going to look at the price here in a minute. Down 2% on the day, up 5.5% on the week. So this is more of the important outlook. It's just the weekly outlook here. So Ethereum, I'm gonna have to give it some new coins here to look at. Ethereum, it was at 23.33 when this was done last night. This is down 3% on the day, up 5.5% on the week. XRP at $1.43, down 3% in the day, up almost 8% in the week. Solana was at $85.50, down 3% on the day, up almost 4% on the week. And ADA was at 24 cents, down 4% on the day, and up 1.5% on the week. So I hope to see these numbers doing a little bit better. All right, so the top 50, the trivia question will be in these next 5 answers here. These are your top 5 crypto gainers. So, the first one is Meme Core, up 25%. Stellar Lumens XLM, up 12%. XRP, up 7.5%. Uniswap, a name I haven't heard in a while, up 7%. And Hyperliquid, up 5.5%. Our top 5 losers on the week are Zcash, down almost 11%, Toncoin down 10%, BitTensor down 8%, Mantle down 2.25%, Rain down 1.5%. And our on-chain and sentiment. So this is interesting. This is a report done by my reporting agent. So let's see what we get here. So I told it, like, these are the things I look at. So this was last night. It gave me the Fear and Greed Index at 27. It's in fear. Bitcoin active addresses. The 8-day view is up almost 2%. Yep, Mr. Butters, we're going to add a point. It's been a while since we've added any points. So there you go. That's 1 point for Mr. Butters. I'm sure that puts you, if you're not already number 1, that puts you up in the top there. Yeah, 7. So there you go. 8 points, Mr. Butters. Nice. Because I skipped the second clue because it was going to give it away. The second clue I was going to read, if nobody got it up to this point, it said, uses the Stellar Consensus Protocol. Well, gee, you think that would give the answer away? Good job, sir. Glad to have you back in the chat. All right, let's see. So, okay, so this is coming in the next 2 weeks here. So the next Bitcoin difficulty retarget estimate is on May 1st around 3 a.m. UTC, and it's projected to get more difficult, plus 4.5%, something like that. That's what they're saying here. So the difficulty retarget is going up almost 5%. The stable coin size check. Okay. USDT market cap is at $184 billion, and the USDC market cap is at $79 billion. So I think over the next few years, it'll be fun to look back and see how much these have grown. Okay, so Stellar Lumen is the crypto trivia project for today. All right, so let's see what this is. I'm just gonna read this. 1 year in, and the market is still doing what it does best, rewarding discipline and punishing complacency. We got security shocks, geopolitical volatility, and sharp rotation in top 50 names, all in 1 week. Are we in the early stages of a broader expansion, or still in a headline-driven chop zone? Upcoming week watch list. Okay, so these are things that are going to be happening upcoming here. So the post-exploit risk management and confidence recovery after the kelp DAO. I think this is just like what's going to happen based on the things that it told me earlier. So any exchange outcomes tied to Rave investigation headlines, BTC structure around mid 70K after this week's volatility, XRP relative strength to follow through, stablecoin payments infrastructure headlines, and the miner positioning ahead of next retargeting window. And it gives me some sources. It used CoinGecko to get our prices, alternative.me for the fear and greed, blockchain.com for the charts, mempool.space API for some of this information, and CoinDesk RSS feed for the weekly headlines. All right, so I'm gonna play with that. I'm gonna give it some more sources to work with. So that was a really good response, a really good report. So that's really cool. So look forward to more of that in the future. Let's see. I want to show you my screen now. Let's see if this is all hooked up. Let's see what we get. All right. Maybe I haven't done this yet on this computer. Oh, here, browser. There we go. Is that it? Oh, we got it. First try. All right, what should I do with my head? Make it small. I think that's a healthy thing for people to think about. Make your head smaller. Think about that. All right, so here is our crypto. I found something cool. I found something kind of cool. I don't really know what its purpose is yet, but it's just kind of cool to look at these and compare them. If we had something different, but I can put two charts next to each other on the same chart, so that's kind of cool. I don't know why I would want to do that right now, so I'm not. But we're not really comparing anything next to each other because they do kind of already move in tandem. So let's just zoom into the last week here. Let's see, so it should be just 7 candles, right? This is a daily. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's our week. basically sideways. Wherever we started the week, we went up, we came back down, and we're starting a little bit of a move up here. Is this a new day? Yeah, we are in, it's after 8, so we're within the first hour of the new trading day, and that means we are also in a new week. So let's get a weekly candle going on. Okay, so we got our weekly. Let's look at the weekly candles, and look at that. We are recovering. So maybe, and of course I am computer hopping like drunkards do a bar hop at the end of the night. It's wild. I'm so sorry. And account hopping too, because this one doesn't have the line that I put. So let me see. This looks like a little bottom here, so I'm just gonna put a line right here. The more you look at a longer time frame, the more you should believe it, and just you can really see what's happening on a longer time frame better than you can on a shorter time frame. It's just you can trust the longer time frames more. So I'm just looking at this, and I wanted to see a little bit. It looks like a W pattern there, right? So I'm not a technical analyst expert, but I'm pretty sure W patterns are good, and that means that they're going up, if I'm not mistaken. And I wouldn't know how to measure and figure out where our points are going, and I don't really care to do all that. But basically, I think we're going up. That's what I think. And if we look at the week here, let's zoom out. Like I said, we do this every week. I might start, Dragon's Den gave me a good suggestion to kind of do like a quick little report on the daily, around noon or something. I might try and do that even on days when I may be out driving around or something, because I usually don't schedule pianos before 12:30. And so at like 11:30, if I got to drive to Tampa, I'm leaving, I'm getting on the road. So I could have a report ready, and I could do a little quick live stream from the car, like some people do. I like those videos, they're fun. So we'll see. I might get into some of that. But what I want to show you is why I think we are in an elongated pattern here. Okay? God, look at that. So it's always fun to just look back at charts and things like that. This must have been so exciting. If anybody was around in the 2017 market, God bless you. You are an OG. You are a legend. 2017, look at that. It's beautiful. That's everything you want to see in a blow-off top. I need to do some back testing and just look back at these charts and see what you can see about them. But it's not that everything before this is irrelevant, but it's if you look at this and then you look back and you say, I can't even see any of that stuff. So 2013, once 2017 goes away, then it's like, oh, well, would you look at that? Look, a blow-off top. So we had a couple of big blow-off tops in the very early days. Look at that, back when the dinosaurs roamed in 2010. I was there. Were you there? Not in Bitcoin. I wish I was in Bitcoin back then. But anyway, 2013 into 2014, boom. 2 years later, 2015, we hit a bottom. 2 years later, we start a new rally. And it's very cyclical. Okay, 2017, 2019, we hit a bottom. And we coast around, and we back and forth and whatnot. And then 2 years later, 21, we hit a rally. And we had this dip here, 2020. That's what brought me in. So I got in right here under $10,000 Bitcoin. What is this? Is that the price? Why is it showing percentages? What is that? Yeah, there we go. I was like, percentages. Okay, I'm sorry. So I got in here in May or something like that. Yeah, I wasn't buying a lot. Obviously, I wasn't buying enough because I still have to work. But I got in under $10,000 Bitcoin, and that's when I started to learn. I totally believe in fractals. I like fractal patterns. They're fun. Let's see. So that was a very structured, every 2 years, every 4 years, right? So every 4 years we'd have a big peak, and conversely, every 4 years we'd have a bottom. But I think that was all broken when we had this little double top. Now, it may not be the first time we've ever had a double top peak. This a little bit, not so much. It's like we had a single peak here. This was 2017-18, the first one I was talking about. And then 2013, it's like it tried to do a double top, but it wasn't as uniform as 2021. So this was a unique little thing that happened. So we hit the top, what we thought was a top. And this was completely sentiment driven. Like this is out of the ordinary. It's 2021. Okay, may should have happened a little bit. It started to happen in 2020. So this could have been a peak and a blow off top. It could have just went straight up to here and then fell. So if it was a perfectly timed cycle every 4 years, it wouldn't have done this, in my opinion. It would have just went straight up, 100,000, which we were hoping for, or something like that at that point. Yeah, 100,000. We should have hit 100,000 in 2021 and then fell back down. But we didn't do that. Something changed. Some other people, I think, got more influence in things. And you can see our blue line here is now, at this point, it's resistance. And it pretty much hit the resistance. And so resistance turns into support. So that's a really good solid indication for that line. And so we hit that line, irrelevant almost at this time because we made it in the future. But we hit this line, we hit it again, and then we started to drop. And at that point, I believe, is when everything broke. We hit a bottom, but now look at what happened here. This does not look like the others. Okay, something here is different. We run up and we stabilize. We run up and we sort of stabilize, somewhere around here. We run up, but not a lot. There's no single blow off top. There's not just one of those that we saw like we did in the other years. So that's, to me, that's clue number one. There's a lot of clues. I wasn't prepared to talk on this, so I don't have everything right in front of me, so I'm just kind of off the cuff riffing. But I still believe, look, this is not as long and protracted as these downturns, okay? Let's start measuring some stuff here. It's been so long since I've done any of this. I should spend more time prepping. Something I say almost every time. Let's do this. Let's try this. There we go. What is this doing? That's what I wanted. Exactly. Okay. So from here. From here all the way to here, approximately. So we are talking about 392 days. Well, I can tell you right off the top of my head, it hasn't been 392 days since the top. So here to, let's just say, today. It's been 210 days, so it's significantly shorter. I guess about half, right? It was 390, is that right? So it's almost half, a little bit over half. We are compacted, and look, we're already starting to turn around. This, when you zoom out and you look at a weekly candle, it just doesn't look as bad as it has felt, because it really has felt pretty bad. It's just been down and down and down and down and down, and so it just feels a little bit better when you look at it on the longer time frame. That's all I'm saying. Let's take a look at ADA with the same thing in mind, because ADA's been around not as long as Bitcoin, but so just to sum up my assessment here, what I expect is that we are like here. I mean, I want to be optimistic, of course. We are here in the before the next blow off top. I prefer it to look like the 2017 rally, but that's just me. And I'm not in control there. Clearly, there's somebody else in control. So again, we should have just had a straight, if we were in a 4-year cycle, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 should have just been one big continuous rally. But we are not in control anymore. Somebody else who has more money than us is in control of what's going on, and they can suppress the price. And they've been messing with us, I want to say basically since the ETFs, but I mean, it's been, as long as we've been trying to go up, they've been pushing us down. And the biggest catalyst that broke everything was October, when all of this liquidity stuff came out, that, we don't have all the liquidity that we thought we had, or something like that. It was confusing. But we lost a lot of people, and people lost a lot of conviction at that time. So we're starting to get it back, I think. This is a normal pullback within a cycle. Okay? We see lots of pullbacks in cycles before. So it's something like this. This was let's go a little bit closer in. Where are we? Go back. Let's just look a little closer at some of this. The weekly candle doesn't give you all the details. Okay, we're looking at the daily candle. Because what we're seeing here, look, a pullback. Right here. Let's measure this pullback. So over 4 days, it lost 30%. Okay, 30% in 4 days. That's a lot. Let's look at this pullback. 20% in 3 days. Okay, that's a lot. So over, where am I? Bring me back. Bring me back. Come on, double click and fix everything. Let's go. So relatively speaking, let's see what we got. I think this is pretty significant, but still, it's 48%, 50%. Okay, we've lost 50%, but it's been dragged out over the course of months. So it's extremely demoralizing, basically. So it's just a longer, more hurt, more, because those people can do that, and they want to get max pain out of every other person because they can, I imagine. I don't know what these people are thinking, but I imagine that's what they're thinking. It's just fun for them. It's a game because they can do it. That's, when you have money like that, you're not thinking like a normal person. Okay, you're playing games because it's all make believe anyway. But not to us. To us, it's a real deal. So all that to say, I don't think this is over. People who are talking about another 5-6 months of this sideways chop, I don't see it. If we have another pullback, that would be healthy, some people are saying, but I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're gonna hit that. I think we're gonna skyrocket up. We've got a lot of catching up to do as far as the M2 is concerned. We showed this last week. I'm just gonna stick, I know I can't. I'm just gonna stick with the general. Where are we at? Let's get rid of this one for now. Oh, I have 2 on here because that's what I did. Okay, so let's do that. Oops, that. Oops, keep clicking the wrong thing. Okay, so we showed this last week. Look at this. This is insane. So and you know what? Let's go back to the weekly. Let's check this out. Okay, now it's not 100% coupled with this. Excuse me. Drinking carbonated drinks. You can see it's not 100% coupled with this. But everybody during this last run was talking about the M2 supply like it was just make or break. But you see what's happened here. What is? Oh, okay. So it is offset. This is offset. Okay. Yeah, everybody was talking about. Okay, now that's interesting. Because it is coupled, but the one that we looked at last week was not the offset one. Let's try this. The regular one. No, I want you on top of it. Oh my goodness. Move to existing pane above. There we go. Okay, that's what I want to see. So let's go back here. See, it's this one, because it's not offset, is a little bit better correlated. A little bit better. But then when we look at this is the important thing that I'm trying to show you before I get too distracted here. The important thing I'm trying to show you is that we've been decoupled significantly. And this sort of thing happens, but it doesn't stay that way forever. And so what I'm saying is it's only a matter of time before we close that gap. And right now, that gap fills at $125,000 Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting? Right back where we just set a top. So I'm going to go ahead and say less, and we'll watch and see what happens. So let's take a look at ADA just briefly over the week. And you can see these are weekly candles now. We are bleeding out. Somebody stuck ADA with a knife right here, and it's just been bleeding out. And it's unfortunate, but it's gonna turn around eventually. I sure hope so. So that's what I got for you about that. Let's see if we can add just to see. Just curiosity. I can't. Okay, not worried about it. But again, like I said, these moving averages, when we get above of them, we descend. We get pulled below them. When we are below them, we get pulled back above them. So the further away from each other they get, the more they want to come back together. It's just everything goes back to equilibrium. It's just how nature works. So we're gonna watch that too. All right, enough of that. We're still pretty much green. Let me refresh this. We're still pretty much green across the board. Last week we only had, I don't think we had any that were red, and now we're starting to see a little bit red, but it happens. This is over the last hour. Things are just bleeding out right now. So let's see what this is. Futures versus spot. What are we, 80-20? 80. So that's interesting. That's an interesting imbalance, and you can see it's pretty much like that consistently. So I don't know if you can see this. The futures, so out of $100, $80 is on futures and $20 is on spot. Okay, so if you know, futures is more risky. Futures is trading, leverage trading, basically, and spot is I buy thing, I own thing, and I hold it. Okay, so that's what that is. You know, spot I think is the more safer route and the better way to go. But of course, futures, it's not to be ignored. You should learn about it. Learn about all the tools that you have available. Okay, let's see what we got. I gotta learn about some of these. Maybe I'll take a screenshot and post it in my AI and see what they can tell me. All right, let's look at our top 20 or so. We got Bitcoin is down, Ethereum down a little bit, Tether 0, neutral, just side to side because it's $1. XRP down, BNB down, USDC stable coin, Solana down 2.3, Tron a little bit up, Dogecoin a little bit down, white Bitcoin, the heck is that? Never heard of that, and it sounds racist. USDS, never heard of that. Why are all these coins? We should have a separate ranking for stable coins. You know, there's a lot of good stuff that gets kicked out, like Cardano, of the top 10 because of all these stable coins. We should count them differently. It should not be in that category. But that's just me. Let me know if you feel the same way. All right, so we got Cardano down a little bit. Everything's kind of just down. So ERC20 tokens coming up a little bit. Bitcoin Cash down. Chainlink down. Monero down. So we're starting to go down. I think it's in preparation for a rally tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll certainly see what happens. All right, so something new to look at here. Let me refresh just to make sure we're looking at the most current information. All right, over the past year, our trending patterns. I'm going to add one here because somebody was telling me that this is blowing up, and we're going to see what happens here. If you have anything that you think would be a good thing to add into here. We'll add it. Let's check it out. So what is Bitcoin? Where is that? Really? Surprising. I don't know. Oops. I don't know. But you see AI here is dropping down a little bit. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just people are getting bored and whatnot, but AI has consistently been top, as popular as it's ever been. So it hit 100 here in the middle of March. So given a new release, people are so, short-term memory. So it's like, ooh, and then it goes away. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's the next thing? Ooh, what's the next thing? So, things people may not, the average person may not be thinking about AI, but some of us can't stop thinking about AI. All right, let's move it on here. What do we got here? So the crypto ranking, we're looking for Coinbase to be the #1 app as a top signal. We are not there yet. What are we at? We're pretty low here. 418. We're a long way from the top, my friends. Just a reminder, HODLharmony.com. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but it's just my website. I don't think there's anything to buy on here. It's just showing off all of my stuff. Just about me and Bitcoin pizza. That's it. And links to all my stuff. But obviously, if you're watching this, you know about me. I just want to share my cool website and my cool Cardano thing. All right, let's see. I don't think I bookmarked anything. I've been posting a lot on X, but I haven't really been bookmarking. And a lot of my feed has just been getting into a lot of I haven't bookmarked anything. I'm just getting a lot of AI stuff because it's all that I look at. So anyway, that's enough of that. I think we're done. Look at that, right in an hour. That's pretty cool. Well, what do you say, folks? What do you say? Anybody still there? Are we still here? Let's see how many people are watching. Let's see. Anyway, hopefully you liked some of the new information. Hey, we still got some people in here. I've had the chat up the whole time, so I've been paying attention to that. But yeah, so thank you for being here. Let me do my little roll off and sign off and all that good stuff. Thank you for being here for another week. I'm gonna experiment as I have a little time this week. I'm gonna try and put together just a short script, maybe like 5-10 minutes. Just come on for like 15-20 minutes and just give you a little bit of daily news and maybe a little daily updates of what I'm doing. Like I said, I've bought so many computers in the last month. I have another new computer coming on Wednesday, and then I just bought a new monitor and all this stuff. So you might see a new background because I'm gonna go try it in a different location. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But thank you for being a part of my first year on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure I started my Rumble channel around the same time. So I'm just lumping them all together. They're all having birthdays all at the same time. So, happy birthday, HODL Harmony. Thank you for everyone for being a part of the crypto wave riding with me. And pretty soon, if we use our heads, we will go straight to the moon. And just a little note, if you're not messing around with AI, if you're not using Grok, if you're not starting a little OpenClaw on your computer, you're missing out. You're gonna be left behind, okay? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, find me in the Discord. There should be links below this video. Yo, much love. Thank you, Chris. So there should be links in this video, in the description. There's a lot of things we need to continue to go back over, but first and foremost, there's a Discord. So a lot of these fine folks that I've been talking to, they're in the Discord. Eventually, what we could start doing, because I want to do this is pretty fun. Crypto Crow's been doing like call-ins, and he's like very averse to Discord, but you can do call-ins through Discord and just route my audio from Discord to OBS and we'll be fine, and it'll be easy. So if we want to, at some point, we could get a Butters report from Butters live if he chooses that he wants to talk to me in person. And we could do a Chris, chatting about YouTube and things like that. And we can get Ramon on here and talk about stuff. So you can come and chat with me live. We're going to talk about that and about where we're going to go with that. If that's something that we want to do. That might be something cool for the Daily Show on a Friday, on a weekday during lunch, something like that. If you got 5 minutes, you're driving to somewhere, whatever, call in, hop in the Discord, say your piece, whatever. It'll be fun. But you got to be in the Discord. That's the only thing. I'm here to build community, to bring people together. I'm not here to sell you things. Okay? My main objective is to get money from YouTube and to get money from Rumble and to get money from X. I don't want to take your money. I'm here to help you to learn how to navigate the world of crypto and finance. I'm not here to make money off of you, okay? I'm here to make money off of advertising revenue. And I'm here to learn how to make videos and how to grow social communities and followings and social media profiles and things like that. That's something that's completely new to me basically this last year. Basically, when I was in my 20s, I took like 5 years off of social media. So it was just people, when I got back on, they were like, we thought you died or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So social media is a healthy thing to get away from. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so I'm here primarily to connect with people. I sit in here by myself. And when I'm working on pianos, I'm by myself. And when I'm driving in the car, I'm by myself. But you know what? I'm on Discord almost all day long. And I get the notifications and things like that. So I'm in a lot of different communities on Discord. So you might see me in the chat and things like that. Maestro Durante in the house. But anyway, enough of all that. Just come be a part of the Discord. There's a bunch of links. We're going to go through all the links. We'll start talking about the financial document. I need to get back into doing that myself, honestly. But we will talk about all that stuff in our next one. I'm going to try to come on at lunchtime, give you a brief synopsis of what's going on. So we'll see about that tomorrow. But in the meantime, it may not be every day, but it may be just kind of here and there, maybe 3 times a week, maybe 2 times a week, maybe whatever. I don't know. But we're going to try it out. We'll see what happens. I am trying to grow this channel, and you don't do that by sitting in a room by yourself saying, where is everybody? So come and find me. Share the video. If you want to help out the channel in our mission of growth, there's a couple things I'll ask of you. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, smash the subscribe. Number 3, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. Number 4, share the show with literally everyone that you know. That'll help us grow for sure. For sure. There's a couple things I'll ask of you to improve humanity. Number 1, be kind to yourself. Is that it? I forget what it was. Be respectful? No, be kind to yourself, I think. Nope. I need to write these down. But anyway, be nice to yourself. Because you, the person in the mirror, is truly the person that you should be looking out for the most. Number 2, be respectful of other people, even if you think they don't deserve it. Number 3, be kind to all earthlings, big and small. Number 4, your body is a majority of water. Get your daily dose and stay hydrated. All right, now that we've done all that stuff, there's just one more thing that I'll ask of you. And it involves the multiverse, the universe, the galaxy, the solar system, the planet. And it also involves your country, your community, your city, your block, your street, your house, and your room. All people included in any of those realms would benefit by the last thing. The most important thing that you should do for yourself and all the other people involved in that is have a great night, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. Bye. That's what we wanted. We'll just play out on this screen, because hopefully it's the same music. And that's the stream that's coming back very soon. Okay, the music started over, but that's okay. Anyway, thanks again for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Let's refresh some stuff.